How you lose body fat when you're over 30% body fat is totally different than at, say, 25 to 30% or even less than 25% body fat. The problem is most advice throws the entire kitchen sink at you irrespective of your current body fat stage, which, not surprisingly, leads to total burnout before you even reach your goal. By the end of this video, you'll know what to do at your body fat stage so you make progress while enjoying the journey. Hi, Richa here at CoachViva.com. If you're an analytical thinker trying to lose weight, subscribe and hit the bell icon for new science-backed and practical videos every week. Also, heads up, a few spots have opened up for the free one-to-one consultation call for the Badass Body Boss program. So stick around until the end for the announcement on that. Now let's get started. First, you must figure out what is your body fat percentage right now. In the morning, before you eat or drink anything, use the body fat calculator linked in the description below to calculate your body fat percentage. I suggest cracking open a new spreadsheet and noting down your weight, measurements, body fat percentage, fat mass, and lean mass as listed by the calculator. You want to be tracking every 7 days in exact same conditions, before eating and drinking, same scale, same tape measure, same flooring, below the scale, and so on. And noting in the spreadsheet your progress. Focus on changes weekly and shift your mindset to considering lost inches as important as lost pounds. Also, if your body fat percentage is around 25%, I recommend additionally taking photos of yourself from the front and one side such that you can see your belly, arms, and legs clearly. This is because when you're already quite lean, like at 25% body fat, your waist and hip measurements won't change as fast as before. And therefore, the main way you'll be able to tell progress is through these photos. I suggest taking them once a month. And lastly, I assume your goal is a flat stomach. For women, this corresponds to about a goal body fat percentage of 21%, and for men, 11%. If you're curious how long it'll take you to get to that goal, assuming perfect weeks, check out the How Long to Flat Stomach calculator linked in the description below. Disclaimer, you won't have perfect weeks, so treat the number of weeks you get as the minimum to get to your goal. As for how to get there, you can skip to your body fat stage using the chapters in this video. Now, let's start with if your body fat is over 25% as a woman or over 15% as a man. Right now, your biggest barrier to a flat stomach is the amount of fat between your abdominal muscles and skin. No matter how much muscle you build, it won't be seen until you lose a big chunk of that belly fat. At this stage, here's what you need to focus on. 1, focus on your nutrition. This means 2 things. 1, eat in a 10 to 15% calorie deficit daily. It doesn't matter how you get there. It could be calorie counting, macro counting, food group control diets like paleo or keto, time restricted diets like intermittent fasting, or whatever. Pick one framework that suits you and stick to it. And make sure that about 17% of the calories are coming from protein. This will make sure you don't get hungry too frequently and also boost your metabolism some. Second, set your expectations correctly. If you're losing inches or pounds each week, you're doing fine. You don't need to lose both. If you're losing 0.5 to 1% body weight per week, you're doing great. If you haven't been stuck for 3 weeks straight, you don't need to change anything. And if you really are stuck for 3 weeks, check out this video on how to get unstuck. Third, work on emotion management. Do you reach for food for reasons other than hunger? Stress, boredom, procrastination, anger are all common reasons to reach for food when we're not hungry. If you do this, you need to address this. Otherwise, even if you lose a bunch of fat, you'll regain it all back eventually. Fourth, work on your relationship with yourself. Do you think, what's the point? Or what will my friends think of me? Or what if I get to my goal and I have to watch what I eat forever? These are a few examples of thoughts that will self-sabotage you. You need to work through changing these self-sabotaging beliefs. As for exercise, just do whatever you like. Exercise is not your bottleneck at this stage, so you don't need an intense formal routine right now. If you want me to give you some suggestions, I recommend getting 6,000 to 10,000 steps daily and doing something that causes you to be unable to sing, but you can still talk for 20 minutes 3 to 5 times a week. This could be speeding up your walk for 20 minutes, or it could be taking the stairs throughout the day for 3 to 5 days a week. Whatever you do, pick something fun. That's the key. Don't do any exercise for the sake of losing fat. Do it because it's fun. Now, when you get to about 25% body fat for women or 15% body fat for men, building muscle becomes important as you continue your journey toward a flat stomach, aka 21% body fat for women and 11% body fat for men. Now, let's briefly cover how muscle gets built because I see so many people doing things that ruin all the effort they put in. The process starts at the point where you load your muscles just enough to be hard for you. This doesn't mean going nuts, but rather say if you can easily do 7 push-ups, you do 12 instead, where the last 2 reps feel you barely squeaked them out, aka you hit muscle fatigue. When you hit muscle fatigue, micro tears happen in your muscles. Now, if you're eating properly while you rest, and especially while you sleep, your body repairs those micro tears, which causes you to build muscle and get stronger. Notice how it is mainly while you rest that your muscles build. This is why lifters don't train the same muscle groups back to back. You have to give your muscles time to recover and get strong. If you don't do this, you will overtrain and ruin all the hard work you put in. And after enough micro tear repairs, you get stronger and those 12 push-ups become easy. So if you want to continue building muscle, you must up your load like putting your feet up on a chair as you do push-ups. Notice I didn't say do 20 push-ups. The reason is because there are diminishing returns in muscle growth after a certain number of reps. Generally, it has been seen that for maximal strength, the rep range to train within is 4 to 8 reps. For maximum muscle growth, it is 8 to 12 reps, and beyond 15 reps becomes endurance, aka more of a cardiorespiratory fitness workout. As for the exercise routine for building muscle, you need to first ask yourself the effectiveness versus consistency trade-off question. What I mean is, if you enjoy a particular activity like kickboxing or biking or walking and you hate lifting, while your fun activities may not get you to build muscle the fastest, they are more sure to build muscle over the long term because you'll be more consistent. If this is you, continue doing the activities you enjoy. The only tweak is to keep trying to push yourself to level up. For example, if walks are your thing, find hikes that challenge you. Keep leveling up. Now, if you're neutral about the exercise you enjoy, then you can try the most effective routine to build muscle, aka resistance training. The reason it is the most effective is because it is designed to optimize for pure muscle fatigue. So what does resistance training look like? I recommend doing it in phases that last 4 weeks each. The first phase is the stabilization endurance phase. This phase strengthens your stabilizer muscles, aka the muscles that get injured easily as you keep loading them. It prepares you for the next phase, which is more classically focused on strength, aka loading up your big muscles. For each body part, pick one exercise that's a stabilization endurance exercise. You can search for exercise examples with terms like stabilization endurance leg exercise, etc. Perform 10 to 15 reps. Move immediately to exercise the next body part. After the last body part's exercise, rest for 90 seconds, then repeat the entire routine one more time. Whenever you are able to consistently hit the 15th rep for an exercise, increase the load that you're lifting. This is called progressive overload. Do this for 2 to 3 times a week for 4 weeks. After that, you can move on to the strength endurance phase. Now that you have worked on stabilization, your joints and muscles are ready to be loaded up. In the strength endurance phase, you'll use more stable surfaces when lifting weights so you can work your big muscles more fully. What you'll do is a superset, as in back-to-back exercises, 1 stabilization and 1 strength, targeting the same body part for 8 to 12 reps each. After each superset, rest 60 seconds. Repeat the superset for that body part one more time. Then move on to the next body part superset exercises and so on. Continue practicing progressive overload. Do this for 2 to 3 times a week for 4 weeks. At the end of the strength endurance phase, go back to the stabilization endurance phase and keep cycling between the two while practicing progressive overload. Besides these 2 to 3 times a week exercises, I recommend keeping your cardiorespiratory fitness up by continuing to get 6,000 to 10,000 steps daily, as well as incorporating some kind of moderate intensity into those steps, like climbing stairs or hills, gardening, or playing a recreational sport. As for nutrition, you'll need to focus on 2 main things. 1, continue to eat in a slight calorie deficit so you continue to lose the last 4% body fat. Generally, a 10 to 15 calorie deficit is sufficient, but if in your weekly check-in you notice yourself dropping lean mass faster than fat mass, you may want to up your calories by 100 to 150 calories per day for the next week and evaluate again at the next check-in. Second, you need to make sure you're getting enough protein to build muscle. Start at 20% of your calories coming from protein. Then use the weekly check-in to see if it's enough, aka you're not dropping lean mass faster than fat mass. If you are, you may want to up your protein. And lastly, you want to be getting 7 to 9 hours of quality sleep so your body has time to repair all those micro tears. As you can see, there's a lot of science, but also art to finding the sweet spot of progress and enjoyment while losing belly fat. I've helped numerous people through this process, so if you want to cut through all the trial and erroring, check out my program, the Badass Body Boss program. The program is built for you if you, 1, value learning in depth the science and psychology behind the entire process, 2, believe that weight loss need not be so complicated, that each method out there works for someone at some stage, and that you just need a clear plan to finding your methods for your stage. And 3, are excited by the idea of working in a collaborative fashion with me to build your customized, sustainable roadmap to lifelong success. If that's you, good news. A few spots have opened up for a free one-to-one consultation call with me. Note, this is not a coaching call, and that booking a call does not guarantee you'll be admitted into the program. So if you're serious, click on the link in the description below to book a one-to-one consultation call for the Badass Body Boss program. And if you found this video helpful, please hit that like button, be sure to subscribe and follow us on Instagram, and share this video with whoever else you feel could use this information. Also, check out these 2 videos to learn how to lose fat and gain muscle like a body boss. You can do it.